You can't talk right now.
Facebook, take a picture.
Keep pushing, keep walking. Anything you want to say to the victims of these crimes?
You know, if you was a real black dude, they would arrest you along.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. Ladies and gentlemen, get the link in the description section. Make sure you check out all of our Mother's Day pre-merch, meaning that we're pre-selling a pre-launch of our Mother's Day merch. So therefore, you can buy it now. You can have it before Mother's Day. So those of you who are last-minute shoppers, get your mama some stuff. The link is here. And check out my beautiful wife and my son. They're going to pop up on the screen somewhere down here. Go get you the merch today. Mama Bear. Put Mama Bear in. You get 25% off, I believe, these items in pre-sale. Like, subscribe to the channel. Do your thing, Woody. Let's get into this. I got a couple things that I want to talk about. I told you that Jackson Mahomes, which is the most annoying little brother that anybody can have in their entire life, the guy is a complete fool. And I would be ashamed. I'm actually ashamed that he ain't even my family member. I'm ashamed that he's even related to Patrick Mahomes. Jackson Mahomes did something that caused rage in me not too long ago when he decided to do some type of TikTok dance on the memorial of Sean Taylor, one of my favorite football players. And he decided to do some little TikTok video and danced and stomped all over the memorial that they made for Sean Taylor, who was murdered. And they did that to, I guess, remind people and extend his legacy. And the kid is always dancing and being stupid everywhere you go. And Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, has an incredible reputation. He seems like an incredible guy. His wife, you know, I don't know his wife, but she seemed to do some annoying things in the public eye, more so than Patrick Mahomes has.
Touch this. Touch this.
And say all those people that doubted us and hated on us and thought we were going to lose this game. Yes, I did!
Now, he made a commitment to that woman, so even, you know, they may mature and grow together, and she may understand the importance of her actions leading to the reputation of her husband, who is the superstar. But Jackson Mahomes has gotten arrested and charged with aggravated sexual battery. I think it was aggravated. I can't find the paper now. But he had gotten charged with sexual battery on that woman. And some people were asking the question of, well, why is he in the back of the restaurant in the first place? I agree. He shouldn't have been in the back of the restaurant. I agree. Young women, quit sending smoke signals to these dudes. Because then you're going to get yourself in a position where the creepy ones may try to take advantage of you. And I'm not saying it's her fault and none of that stuff. I'm just saying that quit dealing with men in that manner. Because he shouldn't have never been in the back office in the first place. This boy ain't your boyfriend, ain't your husband. You're not dating him. You shouldn't let him in the back office where he back there hanging out with y'all, and young men who are ignorant or who are thinking with only one, you know what, they take that as she must want to get it behind the counter back here in his office. If she didn't, she wouldn't have invited me back here. And then you make yourself susceptible to an idiot that's drunk and stupid and ain't got nothing to lose, and then he end up trying to take advantage of you. And I want to explain the bond situation as well. It says Mahomes, 22, was booked into the Johnson County Jail at about 7:42 a.m. local time and has been held on a $100,000 bond. He is said to be arraigned on at 1:30 p.m. local Wednesday afternoon, which I'm assuming he was supposed to be arraigned, and it had already happened today. It says in February, a TikTok star was being investigated for allegedly shoving a waitress and force kissing the female owner of an Overland Park restaurant. The owner of the restaurant, Aspen Vaughn, told the Kansas City Star that Mahomes grabbed her by the throat and forcibly kissed her at least twice, which is obviously on the video. I'm going to skip over her thing. A lawyer for Mahomes denied the allegations. Jackson has done nothing wrong, the lawyer says. Our investigation has revealed substantial evidence refuting the claim of Jackson's accuser, including the statements of several witnesses. He have reached out to law enforcement to provide the fruits of our investigation so that they may have a complete picture of the matter. Brittany Mahomes, his sister-in-law, came to Jackson's defense earlier this month, and in a statement, she said they are ignorant. She said of the people who are critical of Jackson, he is a human just trying to live his life and find his way, and until you walk a day in his shoes, which no one will, you have no right to say blank about him, she continued. So it's best to just shut up. Jackson Mahomes quietly returned to social media last month. Now, let me say this real quick, because just reading this statement invoked another response from me. I feel bad for Patrick Mahomes, and I wasn't going to say this because I don't want to run into them one day and me and Patrick end up being cool, and then he hear what I have to say about his wife. I feel bad for Patrick Mahomes because his wife and his brother are a terrible reflection of him and his legacy. I saw the video of Jackson Mahomes. There ain't no refuting that he grabbed the girl by the face and neck and forcibly kissed her on the camera. And she pushed him off of her. She looks disheveled and embarrassed on the video. He comes back and does it again to her, and she's pushing him off of her. There ain't no context. And when you stupid enough to get on an interview and say that he's a human just trying to live his life, and y'all know Patrick ain't saying nothing, you are a terrible reflection of your husband. And I feel bad for him because she's probably his high school sweetheart, and he a good kid, and he not going to divorce her. They got kids together. But my God, what an embarrassment. I don't give a flying flip how old you are. You don't disrespect the legacy of your older brother, because the only reason that Jackson Mahomes is in the spotlight whatsoever is because his brother's a superstar. Have enough respect for your brother to not be a lunatic. And to Patrick Mahomes' wife, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but have enough respect for your husband to not come out and defend a boy who on camera forcibly kissing his girl. There ain't no context. It ain't like she hiking up a leg and saying, come on, take it in his room in here. If she liked it, she wouldn't have been pushing him away. She's literally pushing him off of her, trying to block him as he's forcibly grabbing her by the neck and kissing her in the mouth. It bothers me at people's lack of intelligence. It's just like a parent saying, "Oh, they're just a little kid. Let little Johnny feel himself." It's like, little Johnny, if you don't get your up off that floor in this store acting a fool, I'm gonna give you something to cry about. That's how I look at it. You have to condition the minds of your children to know what's the difference between right and what's wrong. Kids don't just somehow formulate habits because they're getting older. And that's what's wrong with these parents today. That's why their kids are nutty. They're afraid to say anything to their own kids. Oh, he's just 2. He's just a little kid. Well, think about this. Your 2-year-old is formulating sentences, and he's learning alphabets and numbers. How does he do that? Because he's just getting older? If you don't teach your kid numbers and alphabet, they're not going to know it. It's not that he turned 5 and all of a sudden he know how to read. You have to slowly, methodically condition his mind to expand and grow in order for him to retain intelligence. Do you somehow think his behavior is changed? Kids, by nature, are out of control for the most part. They're going to scream when they don't get what they want. They may not understand exactly what you're saying, but you should behave in a way that conditions their mind that they realize this right here isn't right. This right here gets a negative response when I do this. This right here receives a pain response when I do this. So therefore, subconsciously over time, kids will realize, well, I'm not going to do that because I don't like that comes with it. And you can start that from 1, 2, 3, 4. And they may not understand it right away. But you slowly, surely, and methodically have to condition that little brain to say that, nope, that's not right. And for parents who are not privy to this, all you got to do is look in the mirror and say, why do you tell little Johnny to stop? Now, little Johnny may not stop the first time, but eventually they'll look at you. You know how kids are. They'll look at you, and they'll look at what they're trying to touch, and you told them not to, and they'll look at you before they touch it. Therefore, they're intelligent enough to know that you don't want them to do it, but their desire on the inside is much more than they can control when they're little. But you continue to tell them, no, don't do that. That will burn you. Don't touch the stove. Don't go outside. Don't jump in the pool. You can't swim. And you consistently tell them, redirect them, so that over time they understand what's right and what's wrong. Adults are the same way. Hold the phone. I'll be back after the break.